What's up, guys? Chris from Classic Home Concepts here. We're on a little late today, and we're not in the studio. One of the things we talk about a lot is being really transparent, and being transparent means sometimes the owner is in the field wearing bags again, helping people get stuff installed. So we thought to do something a little different. It'd be cool to talk to our crew lead here. This is Jordan. Find out a little bit about him, introduce you to some of the team, and then I talked to the homeowner and got their permission. So we're going to walk you through. We got a couple different windows in various stages of installation, and so I thought I'd kind of walk you in, show you what we do, why we do it, why that stuff is important, and then I got a surprise at the end for what happens when we run into some bad stuff. So all good stuff. Probably be a shorter show today. But yeah, Jordan, on a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are you right now?
9.9.
Why?
I get nervous in front of cameras. That's just my thing.
You get nervous talking to everybody, though, don't
That's
you?
true. Yes.
Okay. Have you been that way forever?
Nope.
No?
Nope.
Just recently, or what?
Probably sometime around high school.
Okay. Well, we won't pick on you too much today. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been doing construction? What you do before this?
Well, specifically right before working for Chris, I had been at Taco Bell for 11 years. Always kept my foot in that construction door, though. I started young, 18 years old. Did it for a few years. Found out I didn't like being outside. Worked inside for long enough that I found out I didn't like being inside either. So it's one of the lesser of two evils. You feel more free when you're outside.
Yeah. Like being outside more often?
More often than not, yes.
Is that going to be the case when it's 10 degrees in February?
I actually prefer the cold over the heat. So you can always put on more clothes and work harder. And in the summertime, there's only so much you can do about that.
Let me tell you, as an owner, that's the answer you like to hear. You can always work harder to stay warm.
I learned that. I learned that whenever I was young. I wore bib overalls to work one day, and my boss made me take them off and work in my jeans and my long johns. And he said, if you work harder, you'll sweat more and you'll be fine.
I liked it. So I think there's actually something that I really like about the fact that you worked at Taco Bell or any kind of food service industry in general. Can you guess what that is?
The teamwork. No, I don't know.
That's a pretty good one, but one that I really like, because I served in restaurants when I was in college, is hustle.
Yeah.
There's a different speed that you work at when the rush isn't on, and then when 30 tickets pile up and you got to get them out in a certain amount of time, there's that next gear that you learn to kick into.
Yeah, that's true.
Do all the kids have that these days?
Negative. Nope. Nope. So, they pretty much have one gear. So.
Yeah, we're teaching them to have 2 or 3. But I really like that you worked in fast food, because it does teach you a sense of urgency. It teaches you a sense of hustle. Not a 10-minute task needs to take 20 minutes, but let's see if we can get it done in 7 and still be just as good as if we took 10. I really like that. You said you did construction from 18 till Taco Bell.
Right.
Aside from inside versus outside, what made you come back?
I think it was just the management, really. I was under a lot of poor management, so it didn't take me long to figure out that I was just one of many. Instead of being one person that was super important to them, I was just one of many people they could easily replace.
I thought you were going to say how good the management was here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They were I didn't know how good a manager you were going to be, though.
How am I doing?
Great. I don't think, in 11 years of Taco Bell, I don't think one time I ever thought that anybody ever actually cared about my home life.
Yeah.
And it's nice to know that somebody does.
It's important. I mean, that's one of the things we talk about a lot is take the personal day if you need it. It's okay if your kids are sick.
Right, yeah.
These windows, as long as we don't leave a hole in the wall, they'll be there tomorrow to do it. And 99% of homeowners are going to be understanding that, hey, they had a sick kid or,
right,
whatever it is.
Right.
Something came up and that we'll be back tomorrow. What's your favorite part of working for Classic Home Concepts? And you can't say that I care about your family, because you already said that one.
So my favorite part about working for Classic Home Concepts, honestly, it's just that Chris is so open and honest with all of us, with all of his workers and all of his customers.
How am I more open and honest than other companies? Because that's something that I didn't expect as an answer. I think most managers should be this level of open. I don't feel like I'm like...
It's a tricky question to answer, I think, but I don't know, just that, there's no BS between us. There's no secrets. There's no if something goes wrong, we let the homeowner know right away. It's not we're going to tell them tomorrow, hey, there was this, and then we fixed it.
Right.
Hey, we're going to let you know right now there's something wrong, and this is what we're going to do to fix it.
So, you said I'm open and honest and transparent. And we talk on the podcast a lot that we're pretty open and honest about cost of projects and stuff like that. Would you say we're pretty open and honest with you guys about how much money the company makes? And
yeah, I've actually been able to sit down with you and ask you multiple questions about what we're making on projects, just to know, if we have a day that I feel like we wasted a day, how much money did we lose? So it wasn't that much. Okay,
right.
This is our budget, and this is how much we wasted. But that's a small number compared to what did we learn that day.
Right. Yeah, that's good. Kenzie, what other questions you got?
We do a lot of different types of exterior remodeling.
Right.
Of the different things we do, what is your favorite?
Oh, I like building decks. That's gonna
your
be
favorite?
a really easy answer for me.
Okay.
Anything. I don't know.
What's your least favorite?
Windows. Yep. It's very meticulous, and when they're painted or whatnot, you can't scratch them. Every window's worth $1,000 or more, and it's all hands on deck. You can't drop that. If you drop a board on a deck, oh well.
Right.
Sure. This one's a little more slow going. Make sure it's perfect.
Right. Yeah.
Not that getting decks, we don't want them to be perfect, but
right. Well, I have a lot more experience with the decking too, so it's a lot easier to answer other people's questions whenever it comes to the window side. I'm learning a little bit myself as I go along, so it just takes a longer process for me to be able to explain to other people how or what I'm going to do.
sorry about that. Turn that on silent. Cool. So yeah. So windows are a little more meticulous, but maybe teaching other people about windows is a little more difficult than.
Right, yeah, it's more difficult probably to teach someone when you're not 100% sure yet.
Right.
Of everything that goes on with it. It's a lot harder to teach someone else than it is to learn, I think, for sure.
Yeah. Some people say that the best way to teach it, or the best way to learn, is to teach.
That's true.
So maybe it's kind of killing two birds with one stone.
That's true.
And I'm usually here to make sure that
right.
if you don't know how to verbalize something, that I can help kind of explain and play mediator and translator.
Do you think being a manager at fast food previously has helped you be a better crew lead here?
I think that it has. Yes, but in a sense of, I told the guys the other day, people will follow me to the ends of the earth because I'm going first. I'm leading that. I'm not sitting back telling you what to do. I'm leading you on the journey.
Yeah, I think, there's a quote out there that says something, and I'm sure I'm butchering it, but basically a leader leads from the front and a dictator leads from the back.
Right.
And that's something I struggle with as an owner, and not always being in the field is sometimes I do feel like I'm dictating what you guys should do. But then we have jobs like this where, because we ran into some issues on the job and I needed to make it right, that I ended up being on site a little more than basically the whole time. So you guys get to see me kind of in my element and wearing bags again and helping to make a project actually get executed on site rather than just handling the sales and the logistics and the back end and the scheduling and all that.
So I'm going to ask you on those loaded questions to wrap up your time. Those questions everyone hates. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years,
remember, you told me you were here until my company
yeah. Oh
was
yeah,
out of business,
I'm definitely here. As long as Chris is in business, I'm here with him. But I pretty much see myself in the same position unless there's somewhere else to go, unless the company grows to have 20 crews, then maybe an office job for myself, maybe, who knows?
Is that something you want? Is that something you want to work towards? Or?
It's something, if the company grows that big, I would definitely love to be one of those guys.
Okay. Well, so let's piggyback off that. What do we have to do to get you there?
That's a loaded question.
Well, pretty easy.
We
got to have enough jobs, right, to justify having enough crews.
Right.
We got to train young kids to be skilled enough to handle what you do every day. And then we got to get them all to trust you while you manage and teach you to manage 3, 4, 5 crews. Right? So maybe in 10 or 15 years, you're doing what I'm doing right now.
Right.
And learning to manage.
Yeah, that's the goal. In 10 to 15 years, Chris can sit at home. So that's the goal.
Chris can ride around on the golf course.
I was going to say, Chris will not be at home. He'll be playing golf.
Or sitting in a deer stand. Deer season's in 7 days.
7 days.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm not one of those guys, so I don't need any days off work for that.
Cool. I do.
Great.
Well, yeah. I mean, anything else you want to say before you're done?
I don't think so.
You gonna walk them through all this, or you want me to?
Oh, probably not. No.
Okay. Cool.
All right, we're gonna follow Chris around.
Yeah.
See.
So kind of one. This is kind of the cool, big, exciting window that we're finishing up on. And these windows were all like a tan, which if you look up at the soffit and fascia, you can see that color. It looks kind of similar to what the windows are. And then they're going for a two-tone look right now. Black is super, super popular for us. And so on this particular window, if you get in here, come close, you can see some of the things that are really important for us with Pella proprietary stuff is we've got some Pella flashing tape in here, which just makes sure that any moisture doesn't get past it. And then we've got insulating foam in there, which is kind of the yellow. Well, we don't have insulating foam in this one. I'll show you on another one because we just got this one set in place. And then after that, after we get it all done, we'll put coil stock on. I'll bring you over to another window. And so that's when we'll take, don't step in the roses. That's when we'll take metal and go from, there's an accessory groove in this window. We'll come out and go over to the brick, caulk it all in. And then if you step back and look at it as a whole, it's kind of nice finished product.
Yeah, they look awesome.
Yeah. So this one obviously has been cleaned, and so that's one of the things too that, because we partner with Pella, we give a Pella experience, and one of those things is we're going to fully clean the windows inside and out for you when we walk away. That's really important for us, so you're not cleaning your brand new product feeling like you only got it halfway or got it used or something like that. So, and then if you want to come in, so that's kind of the easy part. Cut the windows out, we set new ones, put new trim in. Let's see what happens when we run into something a little more challenging. So we got customers' permission, obviously, to be filming in the house. And normally, here, I'll show you what a window looks like inside. This one hasn't been fully caulked in and finished up, but for the most part, you can see trims in. It's a nice finished window, and then we'll touch up nail holes, all that. We don't mess with the drywall. We try and size everything so that we don't have to redo any more trim than is necessary. Hey, puppy, watch out. Sometimes we have to do this. So
Looks like fun.
yeah, this was a bunch of termite damage. All the way into that new board at the very top is called a header, and it was completely eaten out and rotted. So we had to cut it out, cut drywall out. Obviously, this adds quite a bit of time to the project, so we should have been done with this one last week. But we got a couple of extra days here, and then we'll have a drywall guy come in, finish it up, and then come back to put all the trim on and everything. So yeah, sometimes they're a little more fun than what we anticipated, but in the end, we make it happen, get it done. And so if we do have to push a project back and it hasn't rained or something like that, realize maybe we ran into this. And Kenzie's usually pretty good about communicating that too.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, unless you have any more questions, Ken's, today's a pretty easy day. We're taking our lunch break. Is there any questions or comments or anything?
We just got one from Courtney. She says, yay for job site visits and all that natural light. She's all about this window.
Yeah, this one's huge and beautiful. So, hi, honey. Yeah. That's pretty much all I got today.
Next week, we should be back in the studio.
Yep.
I think we're going to talk about different options for siding and how you maintain some maintenance of your siding and different things like that.
Cool. So if you guys have questions on siding, let us know.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.